Better late than never. Am I right, boys? Well, folks, the wait is over. Supreme Week 5 drop list is one day late, and everybody has collectively lost their minds. So simmer down, take your ADHD medication, stop hyperventilating. Ya boy Thomas has got you covered. In today's video, I'm breaking down every single thing dropping from Supreme Week 5 for fall winter 2025, talking about the bangers, the skips, and everything in between. So if you love staying up to date on Supreme and other related streetwear content, then be sure to hit like on the video, subscribe to the channel, and punch that noti bell in the face. Also, if you're on mobile, check your settings, go to general, and make sure you're not on restricted mode. Apparently, that's the new thing people are saying. It will filter out your mature content, and sometimes, well, we get a little mature up in here. I will be going live for this drop, as I do every single week, 1 hour before the drop at 7 a.m. PST, 10 a.m. EST. You won't want to miss it. And with all that out of the way, let's get into it. All right, so a quick recap of what has happened this week. Basically, we usually get the drop list on Tuesday mornings from people like Supreme Drops, Supreme Community, etc. Supreme Drops just posted this drop list literally seconds before I hit record. As of right now, there is currently still no drop list on Supreme Community. I bet by the time I finish editing this video, it will be up. But for now, we're gonna take a look on this drop list here and look at stuff on Supreme's end, just so you guys can get a better idea of what's coming out, so you can make the best decision. Holy shit, I just hit refresh before going to Supreme's preview, and look at that. The drop list is live and people are already voting. Man, oh man, that's kind of crazy. Let's just start from the bottom and make our way to the top like we always do. Let's go. Last on the drop list, I totally agree. It's the radar beanie. I don't know why it's called a radar beanie, but it's got some sort of French cuff here, looking like a dang beret or something. This one doesn't look too bad above my head here, this pink and white one, but I don't know what's really happening with that bend there. ChatGPT says a radar beanie is a type of hat that has a short curved brim or bill on the front, kind of like a baseball cap. It comes from the visor of a military cap, popular in hunting, fishing, or snowboarding gear, and in streetwear brands like Burton, Supreme, and Oakley. Well, there it is. You might not like it, but maybe you learned something new. 40 bucks on that radar beanie. Next, we have the brushed striped sweater at $158. I'm kind of over these types of sweaters with this brushed acrylic. To me, it just doesn't look like the most comfortable material to wear, but I could see people liking it. If you like a heavier, hairier, one might even say scarier type of sweater, then this one's for you. Black and red maybe goes a little hard. It's encroaching on going hard territory. It's going very medium. Yeah, this piece goes absolutely medium. You got the Cleveland Brown special here, white, pink, gray. I could see it selling out regardless. Not huge on it, and the Supreme on the backside, ooh, that brings it down a few points. This is, in my opinion, a pretty lazy sweater, but it is definitely a sweater you can buy. All right, the metallic plaid zip-up shirt is next. 168 bucks, dude. Dang. Metallic cotton blend. This is an example of those increased prices. And by the way, guys, I want to thank everyone for watching my recent video on the problem with modern Supreme design. That video was a ton of fun to make. I free flowed all of it off the dome, and if you haven't seen it yet, check it out here. Took a lot of time editing it, and I just want to thank you guys again. And the reason why I bring that up is just kind of reminded me of those persistent issues we're having this season. This piece being an example of the increase in the prices. I think in the past we would have easily seen this at like 148, and some of you might say, Thomas, it's 20 bucks more expensive. Who cares? Well, if you buy from Supreme every single week or more weeks than not, those price increases will add up if you stack it all up at the end of the season. But that is all superfluous stuff compared to the actual garment itself. What do I think of it? I'm debating on if I actually like it. You know, guys, I don't know what this would look like on body, so I'm gonna say the jury's out for me. For the price, it is very low key. It's not gonna be turning any heads, but perhaps you wanna be a bit more undercover with some of your pieces this season. You're growing up, you turned 30 this year like I did. Maybe go for the metallic plaid zip-up shirt. I'm gonna give it an upvote. Next, we have the woven patches hooded sweatshirt. Brushback fleece with woven logo patches at 158 bucks. Is this contender for sleeper item of the week? week. They've got this pattern, which they've woven into the sleeves as well as the inside of the hood, which is an interesting idea. Pretty basic Supreme hoodie otherwise. You got the Arctic camo red and black. Arctic camo is looking pretty dang good here. I haven't picked up an Arctic camo piece from Supreme yet. To be honest, I like this piece, but I feel like I wouldn't wear it too much. All it really has going for it is the camo pattern and then this interesting vertical logo. It's definitely not a bad design, but it's not tickling my streetwear fancy. So no sleeper item of the week for you. Next up, the Chicago White Sox zip-up hooded sweater. I was watching Fauntleroy's Finest stream this week when he was talking about a lot of this stuff. I think there's a few new items on the drop list, but apparently the Japanese community got this information before Supreme community and Drops did. I'm assuming those guys saw this stuff too, but they just want to confirm with their sources. To be honest, guys, I have no idea how any of this stuff works. I just look at the items presented to us on these fan sites, talk about it, give my opinion. That's how we do these things. This White Sox gear, if you're in Chicago, you're a White Sox fan, I think this stuff's gonna sell out. In my opinion, this pink camo might be the play, especially for this sweater. I'm not gonna say that's the case for all the other ones. I think your consistent bet's gonna be the black and white stuff for this White Sox gear because those are their official colors. But this pink camo is pretty unique. I haven't seen this exact pink camo from Supreme with this lavender and brown accent colors. Pretty cool pattern. 248 bucks is a little steep, but it's a collab and it is Supreme that we're talking about here. Next up, we have the cracked stretch short sleeve top, all cotton jersey, 78 bucks. You got Supreme in big letters on the front of your waist area, really. It's pretty low down the shirt. This doesn't really do much for me. Call me old fashioned, but I prefer when graphics are in the chest area. And I think this is an example of Supreme just being like, well, we've done so many chest prints, back prints, sleeve prints. Fuck it, dude. Put it on the belly. Here's a belly print shirt for them. They'll eat that stuff up. Maybe we will, maybe we won't. 78 bucks. I think a lot of people, myself included, are gonna pass on this thing. Can't even really tell if the logo's cracked. I guess a bit on the black. All right, the New Era Tribal S logo beanie, 40 bones. Sleeper beanie of the week. This thing's interesting. I wouldn't have minded just a brand new logo with the tribal stuff. Did we really need the S logo to be a part of this? Maybe we did, and perhaps that's fine, but this is an example of an item that I could see Supreme just being like, screw it, let's make a fun S tribal logo. And they do that on other pieces. I get it. They just want to incorporate the S logo into different things, and maybe I'm being overly critical recently, but regardless of my comments, I still think it's a pretty cool beanie. New Era, 40 bucks. Get it if you like it, baby. The Splatter 6-panel hat. I kind of fuck with this hat. It's got this interesting skinny font with some like breaks in between the letters with like a blood splatter pattern. You got the Nickelodeon slime colorway here with the green slime and the orange. Hey, dude, shout out to the Kids' Choice Awards. That shit was actually crazy back in like 5th grade. Bit of a missed opportunity to do the red blood splatter on the green hat. So you got the Christmas blood splatter. You can barely read the denim logo, so I'm saying that's a pass. Black looks pretty good, and off-white, the black on cream is pretty sick. And I'm not sure what the red one would be. Is it maybe white? Definitely sleeper hat of the week. Keep your eyes open for this thing. It's an original design. It feels fresh. This is what I like to see from Supreme. And $48, not too terrible. As more people are visiting the site, the drop list is changing before our very eyes. So we'll see what people are thinking at the end of the video, I suppose. But currently, next up, we have the denim camp cap. 48 bones. In my opinion, the best colorway is this rusty denim, which matches the regular jeans that came out for week 1 and were one of the sellout colorways. So if you need a hat to match your jeans, go for it. I also dig the red box logo. It looks pretty clean. The other two aren't bad, but they're not very special when it comes to a denim camp cap. This one easily is the most unique and will have the most resale value in my opinion. Faux fur zip up hooded sweatshirt, baby. Can't stop, won't stop with the faux fur. Brushback fleece with bonded faux shearling lining, faux fur trim at hood, and embroidered logo. Okay, 4 colorways: black, pink, navy, and gray. Not a bad piece at all. I've said it many times, I'm not huge on the faux fur stuff. I think it just looks a little tacky. Unless you really live in a winter wonderland, I think it's a bit unnecessary. Certainly for me here in Arizona, but as a garment itself, it's fine. If you like the print on the back, go for it. $198 to me is a bit expensive for what this piece is. I think there's plenty of other items that you can get that are way better. So if you're wanting to pull trigger on this thing, I guess go for it, but I could see this easily being passable and waiting for a collab that you maybe don't even know about yet. You gotta remember that stuff. Next up, the distressed loose fit selvage jeans. So it looks like these are meant to match the hats as well, but the rusty hat matches the jeans from earlier in the season. Kind of weird, but I like it. I wish selvage jeans were more affordable, because $298 for my first pair of selvage jeans, I'm gonna tell you guys, it ain't happening. I might have to buy used. I might need to have one of you guys send me your pair of jeans. Let me break them in for you for a bit. I don't know, but these are, in my opinion, very nice looking pants. I really like the wash, the fit, probably the fit. I don't know. I guess I have to see them in hand before making that assumption. The silhouette, we'll say, looks very good. The star is clean. Colorways are nice, but $300 for a pair of jeans, man, I just can't do it. Maybe one of these days I'll hit up Fred Durst.
Just one of those days.
Of course, if you got the jeans, you need the matching trucker jacket, baby. And we got some descriptions to read here. All cotton 13-ounce Japanese selvage denim with that heavy wash and hand-applied distressed treatment. Button front closures with welt hand pockets at lower front. And then you got the button pockets. You got pockets, guys. Tab adjusters, enamel pin included. Made in Japan, $368. Now, what I want to know with these handmade Supreme Japanese items, are they made in the traditional way where like someone does the indigo dyeing and then they ship it to someone else and they do like the embroideries, and then they ship it to someone else who does the riveting, and then someone else does the distressing and stuff? I don't know. We did watch a video on stream talking about the Japanese denim industry, I want to say over a year ago, and that's kind of how they do it. This, in my opinion, is one of the best trucker jackets they've released in a long time, and it's a shame that it's so expensive. Like, I love this fucking pin. I think a lot of people are going to go for it just for the pin. That will be sought after. I wish there was maybe some additional pins on it and just like a little bit more pizzazz. We don't need necessarily like a back graphic, but maybe like a side number or something on the pockets. Like one or two more things and this would have been perfect. I still think for a more muted and quiet piece of streetwear, this is fairly dope. You do have the fuckum pin doing a lot of the heavy lifting, and you're mostly buying this piece for the fit and silhouette, but I could also see some people thinking it's boring, and $368, ooh, pretty tough. Rigid loose fit selvage jeans, on the other hand, are $198, and I feel I have less to stand on to say these are too expensive, because $200, well, that's not horrible now, is it? I can say now, though, that these are absolutely too baggy for me. I would have to try these on in store. I am a skinny motherfucker, and I just think these would be a little bit much if I had to put them on. I wouldn't know what size to get. I might even size down. I'm usually a 31. I might get a 30 for these bad boys. If you guys are ever wondering about sizing, I highly recommend just Googling the name of the item and trying to find them on Supreme Community from a previous season. Oftentimes they will post the sizing here, or use ChatGPT, Google, use your brain, do your own research. The answers are out there if you look for them. All right, guys, 4 items left, so lock in and don't go anywhere. We got the sequin football jersey to talk about with the poly eyelet mesh with sequin applique for only $128, which seems a little low, but that's pretty appealing if you like the colorways of this thing. Now, washing this baby, I would not recommend throwing it in the dryer. I think you can probably still wash this delicately with a small load in your washing machine, but I would just be careful of that too. Follow the care instructions on the inside tag and you should be fine. But yes, the gimmick with this is you got a bunch of sequins on the numbers. I'm sure that feels very interesting to touch. And Supreme 94 with the 19 in the middle of the 94. Nitpicky, but I don't love that. It seems like an arbitrary random thing for Supreme to do just to say they did it. Maybe I'm becoming a hater, but I can't lie and tell you guys I like something when I don't. All right, the pinup meshback 5-panel is next, $48. If you thought you were getting away with no real tree, you were sorely wrong. Now, what's crazy is in my video, I said there was 25 total Supreme real tree items this season. I counted this as one. So technically 25, 26, 27. because you get 3 Realtree colorways of this hat, and I kind of fuck with it. Low key, this hat is gas. I would say go crazy and get like white or get the faded one, but people are obviously gonna go after this guy, and that's fair enough. I like the pinup girl logo. I don't have anything with it on. I'm kind of tempted to buy this hat low key. We'll see what happens. This white one is crazy. I wonder what kind of items I would wear it with, but you put that on with the snow camo. Hey, it's kind of like back in the day if you ever played Search and Destroy and you were playing Derail. Maybe you threw on the Arctic camo on your intervention if you were lying in the bush. I certainly did. Not sure how much it helped, but sometimes it was fun to try to blend in. Last 2 items, folks. Up first, we have the Lectus New York stool, which is apparently a durable folding stool with custom logo application. Holds up to 286 pounds. If that doesn't support you guys, I'm sorry, but it's time to hit the elliptical. There's the dimensions here, and it's all white. If you've been paying attention to my channel at all, you know that I absolutely hate this. I think it's boring, sanitized, and is hardly even supreme. I'm sure it's a nice stool. It's a good meme for camping out, but let me show you guys something that might change your opinion. This is Undefeated's folding stool they released in spring, summer 23. It's a lot smaller, it's canvas, it's not as good, but it sits in the back of my car, and it was $20, okay? 20 bucks. Not saying you shouldn't buy the Supreme one. It does look like a better stool, probably more comfortable. It's adjustable, but man, that price difference, to me, this stool isn't 8 times better than the Undefeated one. So it's a pass from your boy, but maybe not for you. And last but not least, it's not voted to the top of the drop list quite yet, but in my opinion, it's the coolest item this week. And it's the Chicago White Sox leather varsity jacket. Cowhide leather with quill and quilted satin lining. Full zip closure, you got the double welt hand pockets, okay? Don't forget those. Embroidered graphic on the cuff, official White Sox merchandise made exclusively for Supreme. I call this baby the Scarface leather jacket, given the white and black split down the middle, at least on the black colorway. This thing goes hard. It's gonna be an even band, it appears, after taxes and stuff, a little bit more. I love this big Sox logo. The split looks nice, the materials are good. This is great Supreme design. Everything we want. It's not too much. It's got the classic varsity logo with the collaboration accents, MLB, genuine products on the inside. Now this one, you absolutely have to go with black. In my opinion, it's going to sell out pretty quick, maybe a couple minutes on site, but I think the black one is easily going to resell. There could be some potential on pink as well. I just think it's a bit less wearable, certainly for your average White Sox fan who could actually be inclined to buy this if maybe they like fashion a little bit. They're not Supreme heads. They see this is coming out. There's definitely going to be some crossover, but overall, pretty sick piece. $9.98's expensive, but it's Supreme leather jackets we're talking about here, folks. This ain't anything new. And that is everything coming out for Supreme Week 5. I think all things considered, I have to go back to metallic plaid zip up. I don't know why, but it's growing on me. Sleeper item of the week right here. You can agree or disagree with me. If it's not that, then I'm giving it to the gosh darn Splatter 6 panel. Okay? And there it is, folks, Supreme Week 5. I could see some people saying this is a bit of a mid-week, and it's an easy pass for me. Like, I'm chilling, not having to buy anything. And I think that's okay. There's no need to force ourselves to consume every single week just because. And to be honest, I felt a lot more grateful to have the drop list this morning when I had to wait an extra day. Now, according to Supreme Drops, this might be the case for a couple weeks, so if you notice me not posting the drop list on Tuesday, that is why. Stay tuned to the channel as always. I try to get this stuff out as soon as I can for you guys. Let me know what your thoughts of this week are in the comments down below. What are you going after? What are your resale predictions? My takes are it's a pretty light week for resale. You got the high level varsity jacket potentially, maybe some on the sequin football jersey. I would say it's strictly personal unless you're a bit of a risk taker. I don't think there's any guaranteed easy flip money this week, but you never know. Go with your gut. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.